Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for coming out today to support the AIDS Walk. I'm just going to share a little story about myself, my history with living with HIV. So, I was diagnosed with HIV 17 years ago. It was not a good place to be in mentally. I was left in the doctor's office with a new diagnosis of death with nowhere to run. I was told to sit there and think about it by myself in a room that was closing in on me. When the doctor came back and was told me to basically go find an ID doctor, which I had no idea what that was, which is an infectious disease doctor. Um, and when they came in with the diagnosis after me having some medical issues that I had going on and we couldn't figure out why I couldn't heal, that's where we came up with the diagnosis with the HIV. Um, with that whole situation and at that time with having HIV, it was not easy. You know, I had family members that I did reach out to, was afraid to do that because the stigma back then was really horrible. Like if you had HIV, nobody wanted to eat your food. They didn't want to use the bathroom after you. They didn't even want to look at you, actually. It was really not a good place to be. And that's what brought me to the Minnesota AIDS Project because I didn't know where to go. I had nowhere to run. I didn't feel like I had the support, you know, from anybody because I was afraid to tell of my diagnosis. So I started doing research on my own, and that's where I found the Minnesota AIDS Project. And so I called the hotline, talked with somebody that was just like me, and then that's where the ball started rolling. I was able to take a course to be an HIV instructor, and that's when I learned about my disease, how it could help myself, how I can get the support that I needed. After I did the courses and became an HIV instructor, I then wanted to go a step further because I felt like I was on my way to being healed, you know, of the mental part of the HIV, the stigma, and wanting to be in my own little bubble because I was too afraid to talk to anybody or let them know what was going on with me. And so a lot of that then played into addiction. So then addiction came into my life. It was already there, but it just pushed it to another level. And so with the Minnesota AIDS Project, so then after I did the HIV instructor, learned about my disease, and then I became a positive leader with Matt Tabirin. And so then I learned how to be an advocate and speak up for myself and others that could not, and with living with HIV and fighting that stigma that comes with it. I was able to speak at the Capitol in regards to HIV, speak with the legislators. I've learned a lot about how the whole process works with funding, no funding, you know, the different programs that are out there that help people with HIV, and there's so many. But there's a lot of people living with HIV that just will not tap into them programs because they are so afraid of their disease. One thing that I could say, MAP, you know, Rainbow Health now, but MAP then has let me embrace my disease to where I could look at it not as a curse, but a blessing. Because I can sit here today and talk to you all about my disease and know what I've been living with it for 17 years, and I feel great. I was able to, thank you. They helped me in so many different areas of my life. I never would have thought of getting a will made for myself. Like, why would I need that? I'm young. But I was able to get me a free will done. I participated in their housing program. So I had housing for 2 years for free to get myself, together. Um, they paid for conferences for me and some of the ladies to go out of state to different places where they, did HIV conferences on women living with HIV conferences. I've been to so many different states thanks to, mapping Rainbow Health recently. And it's just a good, feeling because, I really actually would have never went to a conference out of state paying for it out of my own money. But I always got that help and I do appreciate it. MAP is really good. The main thing is the support for people that are living with HIV. We don't get much of that. Unless you have a strong bond with your family or your friends or your co-workers, it's just not gonna happen. You get a lot of looks, when you mention it, so you don't know if it's gonna go this way or that way, But one thing that I can say, with living with HIV is it's all within. And if you are living with HIV and you are in your bubble, you can come out now because there's so many resources out there. And the main thing is you are human too. Everybody has something. I don't care what it is. It might be cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever it may be. But you are no different than the next person. And I just want to always give thanks to MAP to have gave me that. Good emotional. It's been a long road, 17 years of just not knowing. But I can honestly say that today I'm here, I'm alive, I'm well, I have the greatest support team ever. I just want to say, I thank you guys all for coming and supporting this organization because I trust me. If it was not for them, I would not be at this podium today. And so, you guys have a great walk. And I love you all.